Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are going to present a review of methods for analyzing surface discharge phenomenon. Our group consists of Nur Farhana binti Ramli, Nur Asmida Shahira binti Ali Asta, and Nur Zakiyah binti Zukrial.
Abstract. The aim of this paper is to review numerous methods to analyze the surface discharge phenomenon on different insulating medium. Surface discharge is named dielectric barrier discharge. When one or both electrodes are covered by insulator, the electrical breakdown that occurs on the insulator surface due to the high value of voltage applied, and it is also causing electrical insulation process to fail. This paper aims to understand different types of method on surface discharge phenomenon on different insulating medium, which are AC surface by using the UHF method, surface discharge on various polymer types, surface through fully coupled finite element analysis technique, and PIC-MICC method.
Overview of surface discharge. The purpose to use of ultra-high frequency UHF and acoustic technique has been proposed for the study of partial discharge generated in transformer, GIS equipment, and outdoor installation. The objective of the research is to study the effect of surface discharge on various polymer types. In this research, therefore, the influence of surface discharge on various types of polymer has been observed, which are polypropylene, low-density polyethylene, and high-density polyethylene. Next, to detect the surface discharge by way of ultraviolet UV imaging, he also states the fluid condition that could be the cause of discharge that would occur on the insulator surface that would turn into a flashover and a power blackout. The PIC-MCC method to use approaching the current pulse characteristic of surface discharge in order to analyze the adjustment in the performance of current pulse. The voltage gap and the insulator surface length are varied. The effect of the current pulse at the surface discharge was also correlated with the volt discharge and the point discharge. It is also noticed that when the voltage is increased, the time interval for the surface discharge decreases.
There is 5 surface discharge methods. First, surface discharge on various polymer types. Second, AC surface discharge using the UHF method. Third, analysis of surface discharge based on PIC-MICC method. Fourth, evaluating surface discharge phenomena through a fully coupled finite element analysis technique. Fifth, surface discharge detection method by ultraviolet UV.
Surface discharge method 1. Surface discharge on various polymer types. The breakdown of the polymer insulation surface is caused by a variety of factors. The benefit of various forms of polymer are more chemically resistant than their metal equivalent. Polymer pieces, unlike metal, do not need post-treatment finishing effort. Some studies has been shown that the surface discharge have a major factor in insulation breakdown of polymer material. The method of the finite element for the axial symmetrical two-dimension model has been successfully determined by the distribution of the electrical field due to surface discharge. The result in this article consists of measurement of PD, partial discharge, in three separated types of polymer, HDPE, LDPE, and PP, and simulation of the distribution of electrical field. To conclude, by comparing the effect of surface discharge on electrical characteristics of LDPE, HDPE, and PP, polypropylene has been the best electrical properties against surface discharge.
For the second surface discharge method, which is AC surface discharge using the UHF method. UHF is acronym for ultra high frequency. UHF because it is for radio frequency between 300 MHz and 3 GHz, also known as the decimeter band, as the wavelength range from 1 meter to 1/10 of a meter, which is 1 decimeter. UHF signal function at the higher end of the radio frequency spectrum. It can more readily penetrate metal and concrete structure, making UHF radios a good option in built-up area such as town and village, or in heavily wooded or hilly area. It also makes it very popular for indoor use. The main advantages of UHF are less sensitive to electrical noise than other frequencies. For example, the lower UHF band are not as susceptible to interference from power line. UHF antenna with appropriate frequency bandwidth at an acceptable distance from the PD source can be used to detect surface air discharge. The surface discharge characteristics of sample of different dielectric material under clean and contaminated condition are being studied and will be published in the future.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Zakiah and I will talk about the analysis of surface discharge based on PIC-MCC method. PIC-MCC method is a combination of two methods in surface discharge analysis. Monte Carlo method, MCC method, is a computing method based on random number, which is used to design a collision process between particles, while the PIC method is used for fluid dynamics. Particle model is used as the simulation method, as this method approaches effectively in describing the physical characteristic of point discharge compared to other simulation methods, which are kinetic model and fluid model. Surface discharge current pulse is proportional to point discharge but differs with void discharge. When the voltage increases, the time interval of surface discharge decreases. Next, I will evaluating surface discharge phenomena through a fully coupled finite element analysis technique. A fully coupled finite element technique are analyzed to understand the characteristic of surface discharge and tested with various relative permittivity values of nanocomposite materials. According to research, the possibility of the breakdown increase when the difference in dielectric permittivity is high between oil and nanocomposite materials. As a result, the greater the permittivity difference to the insulating fluid, the greater the field concentration at the interface. To conclude, various characteristics contribute different observation to the surface discharge.
Surface discharge method 5. Surface discharge detection method by ultraviolet UV. A method of surface discharge detection of contaminated insulator based on ultraviolet image barometer. The contaminated insulator surface discharge gas system is designed for the acquisition of synchronous ultraviolet and discharge magnitude image (UV). Detection the surface discharge of contaminated insulator is an efficient flashover warning solution. A new method is then introduced to detect surface discharge using ultraviolet imaging. To analyze the UV image discharge intensity, the UV image process, the measurement of the parameter feature are necessary. Apart from that, there are a few calculations that has been performed to get a molecular error curve graph. This paper eventually achieved the result and provide a new method for surface discharge identification of contaminated insulator based on ultraviolet image.
Conclusion: the purpose for this experiment is to present the study of various surface discharge. It can be concluded that there are several methods that can be used in surface discharge. Thus, all the method is proven that the expected result can be achieved throughout the experiment. Based on the research had been done, in this paper, the parameter for UHF method is by compared with those obtained with monopoly antenna, horn antenna, and high frequency current transformer measurement. For the further elucidate the discharge properties. Next is surface discharge on various polymer types, which consists of measurement of PD on 3 different forms of polymer, which is HCPE, LDPE, and PP, and simulation of electrical field distribution. For another method, the method of detection of pollute insulator is based on the ultraviolet image parameters. As for the evaluation of surface discharge phenomena using a fully coupled finite element analysis method, the parameter is the current pulse characteristic of the surface discharge. Finally, the parameter to be considered is the voltage breakdown of the surface discharge based on the PIC-MICC research method.
So, that's all from our group. Thank you.